can't tell y'all? You tuning into the best morning show on the globe. It's Brad and Emery in the morning, y'all. LeBron or Jordan, either one when I'm performing. Crossover, buzzer beater and I'm scoring. Radham and Emery in the morning. Every play they on it, every day I'm balling. Who's the coach, who's the GOAT? Like Brady and Belichick, best show on the globe. And they embellish it, y'all paying Ziffy. I'm Ken Griffey or maybe Mahomes. I stay in the zone, whether man to man or play in the zone. They can't stop me, Mayweather boxing. Curry with the shot, man, we just the best to be. Can we have our SB please? This was meant to be. Every morning with Radham and Emery.
Yes, sir. You know the vibes. Brandon Emery in the morning. I'm Justin Emery. He's Marques Bradham.
I am.
And it is Thursday, April 8th. I don't want to even put it on the back burner because this is such a huge, monumental anniversary of the sports record that it just needs to be given out off the top, all right?
All right. I'm ready.
Hank Aaron, all-time home run leader.
The most famous trot in the history of baseball.
April 8th, 1974.
You know what I'm always fascinated about when I like think about that memory is the idea that randos trot around the bases with them.
Yeah, that is odd.
Like
isn't it?
that would never happen today.
Oh,
and like
God, no.
He said, like, because you know, obviously all the racial tension over the record.
Oh yeah.
Him breaking that record. He said he didn't know what was going to happen. Like when those guys were trotting around with him, he didn't know if they were trying to attack him or what was going on. But like, and no one really did anything. They just kind of let it happen.
Yeah,
but it turned out to be a really cool visual.
Yeah, and thankfully they were just there because they were hyped like the rest of us.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
it was 15 years before I was even born, so like I wasn't there. But you know what I mean.
Right. And in that era, to be able to hit that many home runs is a remarkable feat.
715.
715 home runs. It's absolutely insane.
Do you
think being right that many times?
Do you consider him the all-time home run leader, or do you think it's Barry Bonds?
It's funny you bring this up because I was actually gonna ask you pretty much the same question. No, it's Barry Bonds. I am not as big into the steroids as some people are. Like some people who call themselves quote unquote purists would be like, oh my gosh, the steroids. I look at it like this. That era, pretty much everybody was doing steroids.
Yes.
So and not just that. When it comes to Barry Bonds, look, listen, I'm on the side that Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens, all of these guys should be in the Hall of Fame. Barry Bonds especially. Barry Bonds before the steroids was the best player in baseball. Like he was like Pittsburgh Pirates. Barry Bonds was different, and the story of Barry Bonds and steroids. The only reason why he did this is because the notoriety guys were getting for taking steroids. Like he basically decided to take steroids around '98 over the McGwire-Sosa home run battle. And he basically said, look, I am the best player in baseball, but nobody cares. All people care about these two. Then he proceeds to go out and hit over 70 home runs. That Barry Bonds 2002 was absolutely stupid.
And
it was stupid.
And a lot of the guys started taking steroids to actually recover from injuries. It wasn't even to bulk up. They wanted to just get back on the field faster. And it just so happens that one of the side effects is that you become incredibly jacked.
And I'm going to talk Barry Bonds 2002 for a second because he was literally seeing maybe one pitch a game. That's how crazy it got.
Marcus, they intentionally walked him with the bases loaded.
Yeah. Yep.
They said we'd rather give up one run guaranteed than run the potential that you could put up 4.
He saw one pitch a game and rarely ever missed that one pitch. It was something like, literally every night on SportsCenter, you're watching the highlights, just see a Barry Bonds homer.
Barry Bonds homer. Sometimes multiple.
He was ridiculous. And I think, who knows how much the steroids actually help? I don't know. But I do know Barry Bonds without steroids is a top 5 baseball player of all time. So with steroids, yeah, maybe he had a little bit of advantage, but you know what? Everybody was doing it. Like the thing about baseball that really annoys me is that they're now trying to rewrite history because when all of this was going on, when Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa had coconut heads, and Barry Bonds walk around with a coconut head, and all of these guys have forearms the size of my leg, you weren't saying anything because it was good for the sport. It
Right.
got your ratings. It got people paying attention. But now, all of a sudden, we want to rewrite and pretend like that didn't happen and that was bad. And no, that is a part of your history. It's a part of your history. And a part of your history you're allowed to happen. You could have shut it down while it was going on. You chose not to. So now
Yeah.
it's a part of what happened. And guys, listen, we can go all the way back to 1993. Lenny Dykstra proudly talks about how he used steroids that year.
No, we ain't talking about Lenny.
So-
Keep moving. Keep it moving.
Well, listen, I had to bring him up for a second to talk about his rampant roid use in '93, and who knows, before that. That's why after '93 season he basically broke down. He played a combined total of like 7 games after '93, like he was done, and a lot of that had to do with the steroids. Like I firmly believe, listen, if you want to do that to yourself, that's what you want to do to get an edge. God bless you, but just know there will be consequences later on in your life for using those steroids, probably. But listen,
See, I feel
Barry Bonds to
feel
me
the
is the
same-
leader of home runs.
I was gonna say I feel the same way about steroids. Like I'm not gonna do it,
Yeah,
but I wish that sports would just open it up to everyone. Like if you're gonna do
I
it,
agree.
do it. Because
I agree.
I want to see LeBron dunk from half court. You know what I
And so
mean?
the thing is too, some of these like the rules, like you remember the whole situation with Carlos Ruiz, and the Adderall,
Yeah.
and like
Just 'cause he didn't
stuff
have a
like that, where
prescription.
right, and stuff like that, where you have these guys who are taking certain things. We don't know what's legal, what we can take, what we can't take. I need this for this. I need that. It's too much. It's just too much.
Well,
We don't need to police that or worry about that.
I can personally attest that should be a PED.
Yeah, well, you had. I mean, they talked about. Oh my gosh, who? I forget the player. I'm not going to say a name because I forget the guy who talked about it. But one baseball player was talking about back in the day, all the pills they would pop, especially before like day games.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
they'd be popping mad pills all the time. So drug use in sports is just a thing. It's there. It's been there forever. Now we glorify, the Sosa, McGwire, and that era of steroids. But let's not sit here and act like drug use wasn't happening all throughout baseball
Well, we don't even talk
for years and years.
I
and
mean,
years.
it gets kind of swept under the rug that, I mean, how many games get played by NFL players where they can't even feel their limbs during the game?
Right. Well, yeah, you have to come on, man. You have to be taking.
We're gonna just go take a cortisone shot, and then I won't be able to feel my shoulder for 2 days. But I can tell you what, we'll win on Sunday.
To allow your body to be put through basically a car accident every single play, you got to be doing something.
Oh
Something's
yeah.
got to be motivating you somewhere to do that. And that's why it's the whole thing now with the
Nobody.
the NFL and
Nobody's
and
healthy
marijuana.
at the end of the year.
One more time.
Nobody's healthy at the end of the year.
No, absolutely not.
Like even if you didn't get hurt, you're not healthy.
Yeah, I mean that's basically why Chris Long decided to retire because they wouldn't allow him to smoke weed.
Yeah.
Like the marijuana. That's basically why he decided because these guys, put their bodies through so much, they need some vices to help them cope. And I know the NFL is looking into that now, and a lot of players are speaking up, saying that definitely helps recovery. I think the stigma, of marijuana, what it was, 10 years ago, has gone away. Almost, I would say completely. You still have some idiots out there who don't understand marijuana, but a lot of people now are understanding it's definitely helpful and not harmful, basically at all.
I mean, everybody already knows my stance on that. So
Yes, yeah, we don't need to get into that.
yeah, we don't need to get into that. We already know where I stand for that one. But go ahead. You said you before the show you wanted to play with some numbers.
Yes, I don't. So here's my issue. So I don't usually listen to sports talk radio a lot because, I talk sports and I don't want to have my opinions or anything swayed in my head. So I usually try to stay away from listening to radio. But this morning I had to be driving around, run some errands, taking some haircuts for my son and I, and do some other
fresh
stuff.
cuts. Did you go to see
Fresh
your man?
cuts. Zave rocking the mohawk.
Oh, very nice. Very,
He's
very
hyped
nice.
up for the mohawk. So we did that.
Did you go see
and,
your guy?
Yeah, I did.
All right.
Had to get done. So did that in the car, whatever. I have Anthony got on, and he is
Sorry
going
about
on.
that.
What's that?
Sorry about that.
He's going on a rant about how much he hates analytics and about how analytics have no place in sports, and everyone who is into analytics, you're an idiot, blah 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 blah. I don't think he understands what analytics actually is and what it means.
Yeah, let me interject for 1 second here. If you don't like analytics, it means you don't understand them.
Right.
Now, anybody can go overboard. You can go off the deep end with it. But to say that you don't like it means you don't understand it.
Simple example. I referenced this the other day. We talked briefly about Charlie Manuel and his feel of, against the Dodgers, putting Matt Stairs against Jonathan Broxton. Well, that was analytics. What he basically did, he said, listen, Matt Stairs is really good at hitting a fastball. Jonathan Broxton throws a lot of fastballs. I like this matchup.
Yeah.
That is analytics. That's what that is. That's what he did. It's analyzing. So, and you go to basketball. Okay, so the last 2 minutes of a game, I don't want – Ben Simmons is a 63% free throw shooter. I don't want him at the line. So let's make sure not to get the ball into Ben's hand. That's analytics.
Well, let me pose this to you.
Okay.
Isn't the very concept of statistics in sports analytic based?
Yes. Yes.
I mean, isn't a batting average a form of an analytic?
Yes. That's why it baffled me. It absolutely baffled me when he said this, because
now
you're basically talking about, sports, and you can't play sports without analytics.
Like, now I understand if you want to get into the deep level sabermetrics of some of these sports, that's a different conversation. That we're not discussing that right now. Here's
what he should have said, and here's where I agree with the overboard analytics is the Gabe Kaplers, the Matt Clentaks, the Brett Browns, who just look at computers and don't have a feel for the game. That's the problem. If you are allowing a computer to strictly dictate how you manage or coach,
go play chess. Go play chess.
You're going overboard.
Yeah, if you're worrying about just a computer spitting out and telling you what to do, you just need to go play chess with one of those, king to c5 machines. Like, you got to have some kind of like mental, emotional connection to it. Now, that could be driven by analytics, but if you live by the computer screen, you will die by the computer screen.
If it's game 5 of the World Series, it's the bottom of the 8th inning. I need to bring up a pinch hitter. I see them bringing Bob Sacramento, the reliever. Now I go to my stat and say, okay, who's hitting well off Bob Sacramento? Okay, I got a guy hitting 295 lifetime. I got a guy hitting 317 lifetime. I got a guy hitting 205 lifetime. Which guy am I going to pick? But I do that based on my analytics. That's analytics. You need those type of stats. Those type of stats help you.
Lefty-righty splits are analytics.
Exactly. Now, what you also do is, okay, this guy's hitting 317, but this guy's hitting 295. But the 295 guy is red hot right now. I might go with the 295 guy.
Yes.
That's feel. You got to have a feel for the game. You got to have a feel. And like analytics, though, he was ranting and raving about this, but like we can't take analytics out of sports because it's been here forever. You have to have somewhat of that to be successful in sports. Like sports science, all that stuff, all of it has a place. But like with anything else, you can have too much of it. Like I love Burger King. Is it a good idea for me to eat Burger King every day of my life? No.
Maybe if it's breakfast.
What's that?
Maybe if it's their breakfast.
Maybe. But is it a great idea for me to go 3 meals a day Burger King? Should I have Bacon Kings every day? No. It's not a good idea.
You be on Supersize Me then.
Right. You can't do that. Like with anything, with most things in life, too much is a bad thing. And analytics is another one of those things where you want to have a balance of the analytics and you also want to have a feel of the game. Brett Brown, for instance, Brett Brown was another analytics guy. And one of the reasons why they got him fired is that he, a lot of times, didn't just feel the game. He would live and die by his rotations and by when I should take him beat out, when I should take I have really no idea game to game when Embiid and Simmons are going to rest because Doc is going a lot by feel. Like he has his patterns, his rotations. But if you see Embiid cooking, I'm not taking you out right now. Cook, Bill fella, cook. You know,
that's how everybody should do it.
Right. So, and in the playoffs, I trust Doc in the playoffs because of the reasons. What I'm mentioning is that he is a guy that's gonna go by gut. So he's gonna have a game plan going in. You gotta have a game plan going in. But what do you do when that game plan is not working the way you thought it was gonna work? Do you just keep going? Like that was Brett Brown's problem, in my opinion. Is Brett Brown was stubborn, where he would go into the game with a plan, and if that plan worked, great. If it didn't work, oh well, we're just gonna keep trying and hope for the best. You got to adjust.
I feel like the term analytic is like just a new phrase that is a trigger word for sports purists. When in reality, it has been used since the dawn of athletics. It's the
power of like the steroids.
Yes. It's just given a new name and we got to get analytics at it. But let's be honest. You know what's an analytic? What was it? Who was it that batted 400? Do you remember who that was?
John Olerud.
Okay. The fact that no one has done that since whenever he did that.
That was like, what was that? I think maybe was that 90s?
I have no clue.
I feel it was late 90s, early 2000s. I'm gonna look that up.
The fact that no one has done that since then, that is an analytic.
Right.
Is it not? Who has it's Joe DiMaggio has the hit record, right? Like the consecutive hit games.
Yes.
56, I think it is. 56 games straight with hit. That's an analytic. When did Joe DiMaggio play?
In the 60s?
I have no clue. Maybe the 40s. I don't know. I probably shouldn't have posed that rhetorical question without knowing the answer. But like that. My point stands the same though. It's been going on since the dawn of baseball. I mean,
right.
Babe
1993.
Ruth, 1993. There you go. So, Babe Ruth, calling the shots in the outfield like that, like everything that is baseball is a sport built on analytics.
Right.
Like it's just, I don't get it. The more that it's one of those things like we say all the time. I don't get what you don't get.
I don't understand what you don't understand. And and honestly, with baseball too, most managers, especially when it gets to like the 7th, 9th inning, they're going on matchups, which are based on analytics. Lefty on lefty. What does Bryce Harper hit against lefties? What matchup is best against this lineup? What matchup is best against the hitter coming up? It's all based in the last 5 minutes of a game. For any coaches, you're looking at the best matchups possible, which is based on analytics.
Yes.
So to say that it has no place in sports is absurd. And like I understand, like you said, the word analytics become like a sore spot because it's been like analytics has basically been put on guys like Gabe Kapler, Matt Klentak, Brett Brown, the dude from the Oakland A's, Moneyball guy. I forget his name.
Billy Bean.
Billy Bean. But put on guys like that, but that's not where it comes from. It's not where it comes from. So like when I was driving around listening to this, I was like, this is just a really irresponsible statement.
Well,
I actually thought about
it's not taking the time to actually sit down and think of, all right, what is, like I said, it's just a hot button word that people toss in there, and it's a trigger word, and I don't understand why, because if you actually sit down and looked up what analytics are, you'd get it.
Right.
So
now, listen,
it just takes me back to the reason why, you don't like analytics is because you don't understand them.
Right. Now, listen, I hated Gabe Kapler. I hated everything about him. Like, I hated it. I hated
you didn't like that he would lick the ice cream and then spit it out?
Yeah, that was irritating also. But I hated the way he thought, but that had nothing to do with the analytics. It was the fact that he allowed a computer to make, like, you really, like with Gabe Kapler, you could have stuck an iPad in the dugout and had him do the same thing Gabe Kapler was doing.
Oh, yeah.
That's all he was really doing. I mean, he had the iPad. They had the iPads in the dugout, looking at this, looking at that, and it was just it ruled their lives. And Matt, the problem is too is you had with both of them, with Kapler and Klentak, they were the same person.
Yeah.
So neither one of them would, like, Klentak, not being a baseball guy, would agree and co-sign with everything Kapler was doing. And it's just, you just can't. I'm from the standpoint that when it comes to coaching, managing, feel is way more important, and you have to have a feel for it. Analytics are important too, but you got to have a feel for the game. You got to see the moment. You got to feel the moment, and looking down the iPad, it's not going to help you.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
So, the Philadelphia Phillies, 5-1, absolutely go out there and mollywop the Mets yesterday.
Love to see it.
Rhys Hoskins 3 for 5, some doubles, a home run. The best catcher in baseball goes yard. Alec Boehm goes yard. You get a good enough pitch from Nola, not his strongest outing, but good enough to get through. And listen, this is a homestand. You go 5 out of 6 in the homestand, very, very nice. You're going to win this weekend.
Love it.
Which they'll be out here looking for revenge.
Yeah.
But listen, man, I'm excited because I have missed the Phillies.
Red October, man.
I've missed the Phillies so much, and it's just nice to see that. I feel that we're gonna have some really exciting baseball in September, hopefully in October too. And I'm excited because they last year was weird because obviously the pandemic, and also too that bullpen was just so bad. You just knew
historically
that
bad. Historically,
you just knew they weren't going to be able to hold on to leads. The Phillies were they were top 3 offense in baseball.
6.
And they still didn't make the playoffs.
6. They were number 6.
Number 6. Okay, top 6 offense, and they didn't make the playoffs. It's insane.
Yeah,
it's insane.
Yeah,
and it basically was solely because of how bad that bullpen was. So it's just nice to know that they're gonna be able to compete. And this is going to be a really tough division. The Braves will be there, the Nats will probably be there, the Mets will be hanging around. This is a tough division. The Marlins are also no slouch either. It's a tough division.
Yeah.
Maybe the toughest division in baseball, top to bottom.
Oh, for sure. Now, since we're obviously discussing Phillies and everything, I want to do a little exercise with you regarding their homestand.
Okay.
I'm going to pose 3 questions, and then I'm going to just pose them in order, and then we'll go back and forth and discuss our answers for it, okay?
All right.
Okay. Number 1, what is the biggest positive takeaway that you have from the homestand? Number 2, what is the biggest concern you have coming out of the homestand? And number 3, how does the homestand change your outlook on the season?
Okay.
So we'll start with the first one. What's the biggest positive you took out of this?
The biggest positive for me, honestly, is the atmosphere. It like, even though it's only 8,000 people there, it felt like I remembered Citizens Bank Park was like 04-11, and like that gets me going. You know, they played well, which helped, but like hearing like the chatter, like, you know, like the humming of the bass with the crowd, hearing all of that, those familiar sounds,
the ambiance.
was just, yeah. I mean, I feel like I honestly, out of all 4 sports, I think I missed the baseball sound more than anything else. I think that was the sound I missed the most. Not that it's not a favorite sport, but I missed that sound the most.
I agree. The just general hum of the crowd in the background that you can just hear.
Yeah. Right.
I would agree 100%. My biggest takeaway is that they went 5-1 on the homestand and really only played their best game one of those 6 games.
Yeah. Yeah, yesterday. The offense came alive yesterday. Yep.
So my biggest takeaway is that even when they're not on their best, they can still find a way to win.
Yeah.
So how about your biggest concern?
I mean, I guess I would have to say Matt Moore. You know, he's a 4-starter, so a 4-starter, it is what it is. But, you know, he's a weird guy where, like, he can look really good for like 3 innings, and then he could just implode. And that's kind of what happened Tuesday, where he just kind of just fell. I'm sorry, Monday. He kind of just fell apart. And, you know, you need for the Phillies to be in the postseason. It doesn't matter as much your 4th and 5th starter, because usually you're just going 1, 2, 3.
Yeah,
but
unless you have a truly deep rotation with a above average 4, you're going.
Yeah.
3. You're running 3.
Yeah, like, so, like, the regular season, no, it matters though, because you look at you got 5 stars, you got 5 games. I don't want them going 3-2 every 5.
No,
you know?
no. I mean,
I would like to see 4-1, 4-1 most, and then some 3-2s.
Yeah, I mean, so even your 4 and your 5 guys get between 27 and 30 starts.
Right. So I'm gonna need Matt Moore to come up with 8, 9 wins, and, you know, like, I need 8, 9 wins, 5 to 6 no decisions, and 3 of those no decisions are wins, and then, you know, whatever. I would like him to be 10-9, something like that. But like,
who's our number 5?
Chase Anderson.
Okay.
He's a guy I'm not saying much about because there's not much to say right now.
I mean, he's a 5th starter. Like, he's
right. So I mean, if I'm nitpicking, that's my biggest concern right now.
Okay.
Is him.
My biggest concern, and I know I'm probably nitpicking too, but is Bryce at the plate.
Okay.
No home runs. I need Reese got his first. JT's got his first. Bohm got his first. He is a player who is built for Citizens Bank Park. Left-handed power hitters should own Citizens Bank Park. He has 13 years to play here. This should catapult him up the all-time home run lists because of the home ballpark he gets to play in. That's why Howard got so many home runs, because of his home ballpark. And like we said yesterday, there's going to be at least 2 or 3 stretches of 8 to 10 games where he is white hot. You know that's going to come.
Yeah.
I'm just worried. I'm tired of the streakiness. Like, when he's white hot, he is the best hitter or among the best hitters in baseball. But when he's cold, he's an overpaid superstar. And I just need to find a blend in the middle of consistency.
Well, if I go to the analytics, I think that's why you're a little concerned, because analytics tell us that Bryce Harper over his career comes out the gates blazing usually. Bryce Harper throughout his career had great Aprils. He usually comes out of the gate really, really fast. So it's weird to not see that. Now, am I concerned right now? No, not really.
6 games in. 6 games
right.
in.
It's 6 games in, so I'm not jumping off the building with him yet. However, I understand what you're saying, because Bryce Harper has always been a quick starter. And generally speaking, he's had really good Aprils.
And I don't want him to be white hot when the rest of the team is cold, because that doesn't do anything for them necessarily. We need a couple of those guys to be hot. And I think right now, from what I've seen through the first 6 games, Reese is ready to go.
See, here's the thing about the Phillies that I like, is that I feel you got 2 guys that are your white hot guys, which are Hoskins and Harper. They get really, really hot at certain times of the year, and they carry it, right? And then you got guys like Bohm and Realmuto, who I feel will be, and Gregorius, who I feel will just be consistent throughout the year. Right. They're not going to get crazy hot, but they're going to just do their thing all year long. So when you have a lineup that's balanced like that, and you have those guys who are your more steady everyday guys, it helps with the guys like Harper and Hoskins, who are the guys that get white hot. For instance, going back to the Phillies in the 2000s, the Howard years, Howard would look really, really bad for a stretch, but then he looked like the best player in baseball for 3 stretches a year. And when he got white hot,
Ryan Howard in September was different.
Right. When he got white hot, he was able to carry the team.
Yes.
There were stretches where he absolutely carried them. Like, you look at their runs, the biggest reason their run September was really Ryan Howard.
Yes.
I mean, him getting hot and putting them on his back, because Ryan Howard would come up there, 3-run home run, 3-run home run, 3-run home run, 3-run home run. And, that's kind of the role I see more Harper and Hoskins in. Hoskins right now is locked in. He's absolutely locked in. One of the reasons why I think he's so locked in, because he's just going out there, and I don't think he's thinking as much. And that's always good, when guys don't think. And baseball is, quote unquote, a thinking man's sport, but you don't want to think too much. And Hoskins now, I think, is going up there, closing his eyes and hacking, which I like.
Could not agree with you more.
So we'll see about Harper. I'm not overly concerned yet, but we'll see.
And then the final question was, did the homestand change your outlook to the season?
Oh, absolutely. How can it not?
I agree.
How can it not? I mean, listen, when you're presented new information, you adapt. And, I thought the Phillies would be good this year. I was worried because, like I said, this division is so stacked. But I thought they had a good shot at making the playoffs, just because of, there's a lot of spots to make the playoffs. And I thought they would maybe sneak in a wild card. But now I'm looking at the division and saying, hey, now this series against the Braves will tell a lot. I mean, I know it's early, but it's going to tell a lot. I would like to see them get out of here 2 out of 3. You got Wheeler tomorrow, and you got Eflin on Saturday. So hopefully you can get those first 2. Wheeler actually absolutely dominated them, in game 2. It's a little chillier, and the Braves are starting to hit a little bit more. So I expect their offense to be much better than it was that first series. However, 2 games is possible. And then, listen, you get two this weekend. Now we're looking at 7-2. So, listen, getting off to those great starts, especially in baseball, is huge. It's huge.
I agree. I mean, you can't have a good season. Well, I shouldn't say that you can, but it's much more difficult to have a good season if you're off to a slow start.
Right.
So.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you look at teams that get off those, 3-7s, 3-9s in baseball. They usually don't recover.
No, not at all.
They usually don't. You can get away with being like 500 through like the first 40 games of the year, and then get hot. You can get away with doing something like that. But if you get off to those bad starts, you generally don't recover. So, but it's nice to see the Phillies get out of the gates blazing.
Yes.
I mean, it's been a while since we've seen them come out like this and go 5-6 to start.
Yeah.
So I'm excited, man. I'm super excited.
I'm excited as well, and I'm feeling a red October. But listen, we're going to go to a quick break, and on the other side, we have the best game played in sports podcasting, hockey or no. Brad and Emery in the morning. He's Marcus Bradham. I'm Justin Emery. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'd like to talk to you guys today about my friends at Uncle Mike's Homemade Ice Cream. USA Today selected Uncle Mike's Homemade Ice Cream as the best ice cream parlor in Pennsylvania. Uncle Mike's is a family-owned and dedicated to the production of premium quality and gourmet ice cream and sorbet, made fresh daily on the premises using the highest quality ingredients available. Uncle Mike's features over 30 unique delicious flavors offered in scoops, sundaes, shakes, and special order ice cream cakes and pies. Uncle Mike's Homemade Ice Cream is located at 537 York Road in Warminster and is open all year round. Visit Uncle Mike's and let their friendly staff serve you happiness one scoop at a time.
Hey, everybody. I want to tell you about Beef Jerky Outlet. 110 Lincoln Highway in Langhorne, right at the corner of Business Route 1 and Oxford Valley Road. Check them out online at beefjerkyoutlet.com/Langhorne. Use promo code BREMY for 10% off your orders. You can check out, they have all sorts of them. Everything you could think of beef jerky, they have. They have a ton of other stuff too. Spices, barbecue sauces, peanuts, all different kind of things. My personal favorite, the honey barbecue turkey jerky. Head up there. Sharon and Michael will take great care of you. Again, use promo code BREMY for 10% off your order at beefjerkyoutlet.com/Langhorne.
Hi, I'd like to talk to you guys about my friends at Amy's Pizza. Amy has a plethora of pizzas for your munching pleasure, especially pizzas such as Hawaiian, margarita, and taco. Taco actually being my personal favorite. And also plenty more. If it's sandwiches you desire, they've got those too. Cheesesteaks, burgers, hoagies, even gyros. Amy's offers pickup and takeout options. Also, they're available on Grubhub. Amy's is located at 332 York Road in the heart of Hatboro. You can call them today at 215-957-1000. Again, that's 215-957-1000.
Yeah, man. Welcome back. Bradham in the morning. Marcus Bradham and Justin Emery. And it is just about that time for hockey or no.
I feel good. You
feeling good about this?
I do. I feel like I'm definitely going to get a dub this time. And if I don't, well, I mean, so be it. I don't. I have gotten a lot of L's before, but I feel good. I'm getting a dub today.
All right, we're starting off with a tough one right off the bat.
Oh, God. Why do you do this to me?
It's a tough one. Ready? Hockey or no?
Okay.
Mike Smith.
Oh, come on now. No.
He is hockey.
Oh, come on. I'm sure if I looked hard enough, there's a Mike Smith actor.
I know. That's why it was a tough one. Hockey or no? Ethan Bear.
Say that again.
Ethan Bear. Hockey or no?
Ethan Bear?
Yes.
No.
He is hockey.
Ah.
Zach Kesslin. Hockey or no?
What was his last name?
Kesslin.
Hockey?
He is hockey.
Let's go.
Hockey or no? Darnell Nurse.
Oh. I don't believe he's hockey.
He, my friend, is hockey.
Ugh.
All right. Let's keep it moving. Hockey or no? Felicity Huffman.
Who is it?
Felicity Huffman.
Felicity. It's got to be a woman's name, right?
I don't know, is it?
No, there's no way she plays hockey. That's got or he or no, right? No, that's got to be a woman.
Yeah, no, she's a woman. You're right.
Okay.
She's do you know the college admission scandal?
Yeah.
She was the one. She was one of the ones sent to prison.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Do you watch Shameless?
God no.
What?
I am that is one of the that is up there with The Office as far as flaming hot garbage.
I'm not doing this with you. Stop it. Just stop. We're not doing.
We can say that for another time, but that's up there. Shameless is one of the worst shows of all time.
She is the wife of William H. Macy, who plays Frank Gallagher.
Yeah, he's the main character. Didn't they just have their season finale or their
series finale?
Series finale, is that what it was?
Series finale is this Sunday.
This week,
I believe.
okay. I saw a lot
Yeah.
of it all over social media. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's a very popular show. A lot of
Yes.
people like it. I have a lot of friends that like it. Just not my style.
All right.
I can't believe you
Wes,
tried to slide
that?
that in. I can't believe you tried to slide that in there.
I just want to see what would happen. You know, sometimes
You
you
were-
got to throw something in and see what happens.
You were close to getting
I
it.
mean,
but
you
I
had
was
to
like,
think about it, though. You had to think about it. Oh, by the way, speaking of College of Mrs. Scandal, they did a documentary on that whole issue, and they used the actual FBI recordings in the documentary.
oh,
It
yeah?
was awesome. It was really, really good.
What's it on?
It's on Netflix.
All right, I'll have to dive into that.
It's really, really, really good. I suggest anyone check it out. It's crazy, but it's awesome.
I had recently
All right.
just seen the documentary on Blockbuster. You should check that out.
I did see that. I watched that.
Huh.
Yeah, that was good also.
Sounds like that's a Twitty segment coming up.
Oh, we'll definitely get into that. All right, Richard Armitage, hockey or no?
Armitage?
Armitage.
That's got to be a hockey name. And if I get it wrong, I'm not even worried about it. That's a hockey name.
That is a no. I'm sorry.
Damn it. All right.
All right, last one.
Last one. Let's see.
Wes Bentley, hockey or no?
Wes Bentley?
Wes Bentley.
Hockey?
He is not hockey, my friend. He is an actor.
Is he famous?
I mean, famous enough. He's not an A-list actor. He's a B of C list.
Does he have an Oscar?
I don't think he has an Oscar. I'm gonna say no. I don't think he has an Oscar. You sound sad. Perk up. It's all right.
Yeah, it's
this
all right.
This is a tough week. I had to come back in guns a-blazing here.
I was on a hot streak there for a little bit.
You were.
I was on a hot streak. But that, my friends, is the best game played in sports podcasting, hockey or no.
Wes Bentley was in the Hunger Games.
I've never seen the Hunger Games.
Neither have I. I'm not that hungry.
Oh,
He
I'm
was in
hungry,
American Beauty.
but
I did like that movie. I did like American Beauty, but I don't remember him in American Beauty.
I've never even heard of that one either.
Kevin Spacey's good movie.
All right, I'll take your word for it.
All right. So that's all I got.
I have to give out a preemptive Bremy, I think.
A Premi?
I think I have to.
Okay.
I have on very good intel that Curly's is going to ruin cheesesteaks for me.
It is. I'm telling you
So
right now, it is.
I think that with your recommendation that you gave the other day, and with J. Cole, what he said, and what I'm hearing from other people, I will be there Saturday.
We gotta talk to J. Cole and see if we can get the owner on the line.
Yeah. I'll chat with him.
We need to have a conversation.
Yes. Yeah. We got because that's ridiculous. How good that could be.
It is like, I mean, and like I said, it hurts my heart to say this because I'm such a Max cheesesteak stan, and like I've grown up with Max's, and Max is such a huge part of my life. It hurt my heart to say it, but I had to be honest. I mean, I've never had a better cheesesteak in my life. It was everything that I want, and the fact that, like I said, the fact that I didn't have to do double meat was, there's a very few places that's been a scenario.
Now, there's no show tomorrow, so we had to bring it up at the end of today because I will be there Saturday. So I think
Yes.
I have to.
I'm expecting a full review next week.
Oh, yes. So I think that they deserve a preemptive Bremy. Now, I reserve the right to take it away, but I don't think I will have to.
You're not going to. You're going to love this. I mean, you're going to love the sandwich. I mean, I can't. I don't want to say anything else. I just want you to experience it. But like,
Now, let me ask you one question. Did you get anything else there besides the cheesesteak?
I did.
What else did
So
you get?
Friday I got chicken fingers with the cheesesteak.
I'm talking about mainly a side. Like I'm looking to get a side with the sandwich.
So I got chicken fingers, and they were really good. Their fries are also excellent. And on Saturday night, I got the bacon cheeseburger mac and cheese, which was insane.
Ooh.
Absolutely insanity.
Okay. Well,
So that was
Monday will be review day. We will have a review day on Monday.
I like it.
And we could get into get into some craziness. Like I said, I will be up there on Saturday, dropping Swoop off for his surgery Saturday, so I will be up in that direction. Gonna go stop by our friends over at Beef Jerky Outlet because
make sure, like I said, make sure
I'm
you
calling
call
him
ahead.
Now, I think some of that could have been that you called on National Cheesesteak Day.
No, I didn't. I wasn't on cheese. I was after Cheesesteak Day. I
Oh,
heard
crap.
about it on Cheesesteak Day. I didn't call on Cheesesteak Day.
Oh, all right, never mind. Changed my whole outlook. I'm calling
But
him
yeah,
second day open.
make sure you get. I'm telling you right now, man. Get in there. Call early. You're probably gonna have to pick it up later.
That's fine with me. It works for me. So
Sixers, we got the Pelicans tomorrow night,
yes.
and then you got the Thunder on Saturday night, and then you got the Dallas Mavericks Monday.
Did you see that the game got flexed?
The Mavs did.
Yes. Did you see that?
Is it 8? What channel are they going on there?
They flexed the Mavs Sixers game with the Lakers game. The Mavs and Sixers are now on primetime.
Okay.
National TV.
Well, I expect to see an angry Luka Doncic on Monday night. Angry Luka.
They're gonna give him the work.
That's a dangerous game for me because you're right. Here's what I want to see. Here's what I want to happen this weekend. Take care of the Pelicans tomorrow night. Beat the Thunder Saturday night. See what happens on Monday. But Monday, I believe, is an L. Just because the Mavericks are playing really, really good basketball, and it's right before the Nets game.
We have the showdown on Wednesday. So
Thursday.
next Thursday.
So you're right. So like that game, and then like the Sixers absolutely embarrassed the Mavericks when they were here, and embarrassed Luka. So I'm expecting a much better performance out of the team and out of Luka. So I think Monday could be a loss, but if you take care of Friday and Saturday, it doesn't matter because then you're still good for Wednesday. But you can't have an oops this weekend. I don't want no oopses. You got to beat the Pelicans. You got to beat the Thunder. Can't be an oops weekend.
Love it. I love it. Love it. Love it.
All right. So listen, we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. Follow me at Marcus B. Tweetin.
Follow me at Justin Emery Show on Twitter.
Brad Memory Pod everywhere. And until next time, you can be with us or you can be against us, but you're never gonna stop us. Late.